Continuing with functionalism, we were focusing at the contributions by Robert K. Merton. Now, Robert K. Merton had talked a lot about manifest functions and latent functions. Well, manifest functions are those functions which can be seen, which are intended to achieve certain things, whereas the latent functions are hidden functions which might be unintended functions, and because of these unintended functions, these might lead to some kind of undesirable situations which we call as social problems. And when we solve these social problems, try to solve these social problems, then of course there is some kind of change, some kind of different kind of situation compared with the previous one. So that's where we look at the Merton's perspective of functional analysis, where we say that it is definitely not limited to order, stability, something which is static for all the times. It can create different kind of situations where we see the institutional patterns may survive for reasons other than contribution to the overall functional requirements of the society. So there could be some hidden things, hidden kind of functions which we may not be able to identify immediately. Therefore, he claimed that institutional patterns may survive due to vested interests of, let's say, the influential groups in the society, or persistence of traditions and habits, just like as we have the traditions of exchange of gifts at, let's say, number of occasions like Eid, on Eid or other weddings, and we exchange the greetings at different kind of occasions, particularly, let's say, Eid greetings come in. So we see that functional and dysfunctional aspects of the gifts. Immediately it has functional aspects, then it might have dysfunctional aspects as well. If dysfunctional outcomes outweigh the positive functions, the adaptability of the overall system could be decreased. So that is where Merton talks that the dysfunctional outcomes, something which is unintended and which may have negative consequences, when these negative consequences outweigh the positive one, then the overall adaptability of the system is decreased. And when that is the adaptability is decreased, it is an occasion for, let's say, looking into undesirable situations, and people don't want to have undesirable situations for all the time. They would like to overcome those undesirable situations, and that's the occasion for change in the society. So we see that there is a distinction between functional and dysfunctional, and we might look at this dysfunctional and functional in the context of manifest and latent functions. So some patterns of action intended to benefit the system, yet unanticipated negative results emerge by a product. तो जैसे हम कहते हैं कि एक फंक्शन है, एक इंटेंडेड फंक्शन है, और उसकी वजह से सोसाइटी में कोई अच्छे उसके असरात नज़र आएंगे, उसके बेनिफिट्स नज़र आएंगे, लेकिन ये भी पॉसिबिलिटी है कि इमीडिएटली उन चीज़ों के बुरे असरात जो हैं वो नज़र ना आएं. तो manifest functions are there, but the latent functions are hidden kind of functions. So dysfunctional patterns may persist because their negative consequences are not visualized, are not recognized, or are not seen immediately. So latent functional consequences continue to emerge, not only continue to emerge, but हो सकता है they keep on accumulating. तो accumulate अगर हो जाते हैं तो eventually फिर उनको social problems की शक्ल में ज़ाहिर होंगे, और जब social problem की शक्ल में ज़ाहिर होंगे तो ज़ाहिर है हम फिर उसका कुछ solution भी ढूंढेंगे. So therefore, concept of dysfunction is useful in developing a functional analysis of social problems, and these social problems, which you and I can call it as undesirable situation. And as I said earlier, हम undesirable situation में तो रहना नहीं चाहते. Therefore, change is necessary. तो ये ऐसे ही है जैसे कि we look at the industrialization of the society, और इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन एक हम अच्छी चीज़ समझते हैं, डेवलपमेंट के लिए अच्छी चीज़ समझते हैं, और इस अच्छे फंक्शन के साथ साथ इसके जो हिडन फंक्शंस हैं वो एक्यूमुलेट होते जाते हैं. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन वी सी लॉट ऑफ पोल्यूशन इन द एनवायरनमेंट, and this pollution might be leading to global warming, and because of that global warming, then we see at the world level efforts are being made to overcome that kind of undesirable situation. So that is how we see that added dysfunctional consequences result in the social problems which need solutions. And for the solution of those, we need some programs, some laws which regulate the behavior of the people, and thereby there is a change from one situation to another situation. That we call it as social change. So such changes generate their own dysfunctional consequences, and that process continues. So we see that, for example, increase the minimum wage, it is going to benefit the labor. Then it might be increases in unemployment might be due to, let's say, automation. Now automation की बात अगर करें तो इसका एक सेक्शन को डेफिनेटली फ़ायदा होगा. Increased investment in automated equipment, it generates employment. That might be a positive effect, and that leads to increase in the productivity. So automation की वजह से unemployment भी हो सकती है, automation के साथ इसके बहुत सारे benefit भी हो सकते हैं. So whether the benefits outweigh the let's say disadvantages, or positive consequences outweigh the negative ones over time, now it is a matter of evaluation, and for that purpose we need research. Therefore that is a necessary part of the Merton's approach.